Let me share this important idea with you. I feel strongly about this. Traditional work is broken. What do I mean by this? There are rules for the industrial age. For the time when the average person worked as a cog in a huge wheel. You're, for example, in a factory, you're in the assembly line, and your job is to be obedient, to follow the very specific rules. And those rules are slowing people down these days. It's a waste. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of money. The problem is we're applying old rules. They just don't work anymore. These days, people are rewarded if they're innovative. So cliche already, right? Innovation. But what that means is we're expected to create deviations, to create new things. In Peter Thiel's language, 0 to 1 improvements, creating things that haven't existed before. Not repetitions, not by merely being more efficient, not by merely creating more of the stuff that already existed. We should be deviating, not repeating. You can achieve more with less by deviating more, by following the new rules. Have you been a hard worker wherein you finished an entire product? Maybe you did it quickly, only to discover later that no one will buy it. Are you wondering why there are few success stories? Why Google's story, Facebook's story, or Airbnb's story is different from your story? Is there secret sauce? Repetition? Is there secret sauce doing more work? By looking at success stories today and reverse engineering how they work, there's apparently a repeatable formula for success. At Google, they describe their process in the ways of OKRs, or objectives and key results. What this means is they have a few major objectives for the entire army, and it's cascaded to every individual. Every individual's job is based on the big picture success, and those are just some few key objectives. Franklin Covey, on the other hand, this is a company founded by the author of 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. They have a system called 4DX, or the 4 Disciplines of Execution. It's their own iteration of how you will execute on your wildly important goals. Now, I'm here to share with you the best of those frameworks, specifically designed for newer and smaller organizations. My name is Alan, and I spent the past years decoding success stories when it comes to execution. Execution is the key problem today. We have so many great ideas and so many resources, but smaller and newer businesses could use the most help in turning their plans into reality. Experience greater alignment first with yourself by making your efforts consistent. The way you spend time, the way you spend money, they're all focused on an immediate milestone. Second, experience greater pride with regards to your work. Why? Because you believe so much in what you're doing every single day, because you know that you're drumming up towards something that matters. And finally, experience getting greater results while spending less money and time. Discover this 3-step formula What's interesting about this is it's quite easy to understand, but pretty challenging to put to practice. It's like understanding that too much sugar is bad for you, but in front of cake or ice cream and chocolate, sometimes we tend to forget. This 3-step formula is designed to be right in front of you, so it's easier to execute, right? So the next time temptations are in front of you, you can easily fall back to the system. The first step is setting your North Star. This is a milestone, an outcome, a favorable response from the market, like visiting your store or visiting your website or buying more of your product or sharing your product to friends of your customers. The second is mapping your way. Now, the first step is about outcomes, but you don't just do outcomes. No, outcomes are achieved out of your own actions. So you map your way by coming up with your checklist, borrowing other people's checklists, remixing them, creating your own map, and identifying the necessary steps towards achieving your North Star. Finally, you should watch your progress. If you're executing on promises based on the map that you wrote down, are you executing based on the deadline and by the agreement? Are you fulfilling the things that you committed to complete? And at the same time, we're gonna watch if what you're actually committing is moving the needle ultimately. Is the way that you mapped, if you really execute on it, does it really move towards your North Star? Now this is the place to organize all those things so you don't have to improvise. Welcome to Northbound.io. This is the place for you, a modern business owner, where we apply the new rules of productivity.